Time Warner Cable is proud to present the 2007 Game of the Week. Tonight's Southern California Regional Final features the 7th-ranked Riverside City College Tigers versus the 2nd-ranked Ventura College Pirates. Tonight's game is sponsored in part by Santino's Pizza and Pasta. For the best pizza in town, stop by Santino's Pizza and Pasta. They're at 4231 Telegraph Road, adjacent to Ventura College, right here in Ventura. A family tradition since 1979. And welcome, everyone. My name is Tom West, seated courtside along with these two handsome guys to my right. We're talking about the coach to my immediate right and the doctor to his immediate right. Of course, that's Jerry Guerra and Larry Wixel. Fellas, this should be an outstanding community college basketball game. We've kind of moved from the high school ranks up to the community college ranks. And one thing, Doc, in doing research for this game, you talk about all the levels of sports, high school, college, pro. It seems to me that the least appreciated, the least publicized happens to be community college basketball, football, or whatever.
However, though, we talk a lot in the Game of the Week about the next level. This is the next level. All the guys that are here are good basketball players. There's great athletes on the floor. There's great coaches in community college. There's great competition. You see a lot of good things happening, not only on the basketball court and other areas as well, but definitely this is the next level for these kids, and they appreciate that, and they're here to hopefully some of them to prove that they can go even to the next level, which would be to the four-year college.
And, Coach, of course, talking to our daughters, we like to basically sell them on the idea that community college, academic, sports, whatever, is very good. I think case in point, you look at yourself, you look at Doc, you look at Dave Wheeler, all of you went community college route, all of you very successful.
Oh, I don't think there's any question. You know, unfortunately, the perception with a lot of people is that a junior college, as we went to it, and now a community college is, you go there because you can't go to a four-year university, and that's absolutely incorrect. You know, these institutions are phenomenal. People come here who have been offered scholarships. People come here with 4.0 grade point averages. And as Doc, you said, this is just one small level before going on to the next level. And as you'll see with this crowd in this game tonight, you know, this is a phenomenal institution in basketball arena.
25-6 Ventura against 27-4 Riverside out of the Orange Empire Conference. And what's interesting to me, fellas, the fact that the Orange Empire Conference has 3 teams still alive, potentially, who could go on to that state tournament at Selland Arena in Fresno next week.
Well, that just kind of backs up what you're saying about the level of play here at the community college. There's a lot of great basketball players, and there's a lot of great basketball here in the Southern California area. I know when Larry and I played in JC, I saw some great athletes, and we had a really good time, and it just goes to show it's not going to be easy for any of these guys, and there's a lot of good basketball teams out there.
Outstanding, talented basketball players and coaches tonight. We'll get more into that. But before we do, as we speak, the Ventura College women's basketball team is also playing a Southern California regional final at number 2 seeded Pasadena City College. With a 63-35 win over Cuesta College in their last regular season game, the Lady Pirates head coach Ned Mercedes achieved an amazing milestone. Our own Carlo Williams has the story.
As the Ventura College women's basketball team prepares for their 17th straight trip to the Southern California regional playoffs under Coach Ned Mercedes, there is little time to reflect on the past. February 17th is a date, though, that will be remembered for a long time here at the home of the Lady Pirates. That was the occasion of Coach Mercedes' 500th win. While numerous basketball coaches at all levels have achieved the half-century milestone, what makes this one special is that, according to research done by the Ventura County Star, no other coach at any level has achieved 500 wins in only 17 seasons. I asked Coach Mercedes what this amazing achievement has meant to him.
I just feel like I'm fortunate to be where I am. I'm in a great school. I've been surrounded by great players, great kids, an outstanding community, a supportive administration. But also, I think I've been the recipient of some great coaching. Over the years, the coaches in this county, it's been my sense anyway, been a little bit better in other places. When the kids have come in, they know how to practice, they know how to play, they've been schooled in the fundamentals of the game. And I just think sometimes a head coach gets way too much credit for an achievement. And my, I guess, personal achievement here is a result of many, many people and all the support they've given me.
Coach, did you ever think 17 years ago that you'd be at this point and running such a successful program and have the winning percentage that you have?
Only in private thoughts, but, realistically, no. This just, again, I've been just a recipient of great kids, an outstanding administration, and some great high school coaches. But, you hope for things like this, but when they happen, it is something special.
Of course, as a coach, you want to, instill within your players, the way the game is meant to be played from your viewpoint. But what else is important to you as a coach with your players?
I think we try to make this a friendly home atmosphere. And, I don't know if you know, we have an alumni game in the middle of the weekend after Father's Day, and we have most of our alumni show up. Even those that can't play anymore still show up. And I think that part's important, that the kids maintain bonds to their community as well as their college and to me as a coach and the assistant coaches here. And so we try to instill a family atmosphere here at Ventura College.
Okay, what's it meant for you personally to be part of the Lady Pirate program for so long?
Well, I identify with it. It is who I am. So personally, it is my life. It's my career. And I'm just fortunate I am here in Ventura doing this.
Okay, we wish you continued success.
Thank you very much.
A couple of things when I look at that piece, great job by Carla Williams, come to my mind. Of course, he gives credit, and credit well-deserved, to his outstanding coaches over the years. He's had a staff that's been with him for many, many years. I'm talking about Ned Mercedes, and also great players. But basically, the guy that gets it done, that waves the baton, the orchestrator, has been Ned Mercedes. He's been phenomenal.
We've been lucky enough to cover quite a few of his games and been here and seen what he can do. And one of the things that always impresses me is his rotation, 5 in, 5 out. There's 15 girls play. 15 girls are having a great time. 15 ladies are maturing as basketball players. And that's one of the things I think that he brings is he lets his players be players, and they really do enjoy themselves while they're here.
I think that's a great point. And, Coach, going to you, of course, being a former player here at BC, it's one thing to come and be a member of a team, but it's another thing to expect that you will have a role where you're actually getting minutes. That's something that Ned Mercedes has done very effectively with everybody, it seems like, that's played for him.
Oh, there's no question. When you know you're going to play each night, you'll come prepared, you'll come ready. And one of the hardest things to do is to be a guy on the end of the bench or a girl and not know if you're going to play, that when coach comes and says, hey, I need you now, sometimes you're not into it. And when you know you're playing, you're going to be into it every night. It's a great teaching strategy.
So once again, congratulations to Ned Mercedes. We hope to have another tribute piece for another great coach here, Joe Vaughn. We'll talk more about that as we get near our halftime break. But let's get back to this game in hand, guys. A couple of people that I want to bring up. First of all, for Ventura, Danny Taveras, tremendous player, all-around player, a guy at about 16.9 points per ball game, a tick over 10 rebounds. He's a guy that has 104 block shots on the year, a new school record here at Ventura Community College. And, Coach, we were talking coming up, he's one of the best three-point shooters, albeit only 30 tries, but he's 12 of 30. That's 40%.
That's unbelievable because, you see a guy with this kind of ability inside and his touch and his range, but the big guys love to step out and work on that three-point game, and all it's going to do is help him when he moves on.
Absolutely. And, Doc, on the other side, another big guy underneath, Jarrell Smith, 6'9", 215, a sophomore. He was the co-MVP of that Orange Empire Conference, described by their sports information director, Robert Schmidt, as a guy who's an animal shot blocker. He's got 95 of his own, great rebounder, quick off the floor, and he likes to bang.
Well, it looks like we're going to have quite a game on the inside here, and we've got some big bodies. I don't know about when Larry played in the 80s. Good look at Coach Winslow over there, all decked out in orange. But when I played in the 70s in JC, the biggest kid on our team was 6'9", and then I was second next at 6'5", 6'6". We didn't see kids this big very often, and now teams are loaded with them. They got the 7-footers, and like you said, they can do it all. Back then we had specified roles. Seems these kids can do everything. The athletes are just getting so much better.
I don't know if we can get another brief look across the way at our, of course, head coach Greg Winslow for Ventura. You guys are too young. I'm an old guy, but you go back to college football up at Oregon State. There was a head coach up there by the name of D. Andros, and they called D, of course, because the colors of Oregon State, same as Ventura Community College, basically orange and black. They called him the Great Pumpkin. Is this a return of the Great Pumpkin here tonight? I don't know.
Well, I don't think Winslow wants to be known as the Great Pumpkin. But I'll tell you, any coach that's done something like he has, where you put on a vest, a pair of pants.
Doesn't matter.
You don't really want to wear it, but if you win when you're wearing it, you're stuck wearing it a lot.
And finally, we got a kick out of Coach Winslow. We asked him, were you going to bring out the orange pants? He said, no, I saved those for Moore Park. We have a nice little winning streak going against Moore Park Community College here in Western State Conference play. But if and when they eventually lose, they're going to have, I think, a public burning of those pants. So.
Well, I'll be there.
So it should be outstanding. And this is Community College basketball action tonight from Ventura as the number 2 seeded Ventura College Pirates take on a very, very good Riverside City College Tiger squad. When we come back, we'll have our starting lineups from the master, Mr. Rick Raffanelli. Stay with us.
Education beyond high school is your ticket to success. And in California, a Cal Grant makes college more affordable. Hi, I'm Jack O'Connell, State Superintendent of Public Instruction. Your high school senior could qualify for up to $9,700 per year to attend almost any California college or technical school, and it doesn't have to be paid back. Simply fill out 2 forms and send them in by March the 2nd. To learn more about Cal Grants, visit calgrants.org.
Time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask you to please all rise. Gentlemen, if you'd be so kind as to please remove your hats. We will now honor our flag and our country with the playing of the national anthem. Our Southern California regional final tonight will pit the visiting Riverside College Tigers, who come into the game with a season record of 28-4 and a number 7 seed, against the home team, your Ventura College Pirates, the number 2 seed with a season mark of 25-6. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you the starting lineups for the 2 teams. First, the starting lineup for the visiting Riverside College Tigers. Starting at a guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Gaithersburg, Maryland, number 1, Mookie Pierre. Starting at a forward, a 6'6" sophomore from Washington, D.C., number 10, Emmanuel Jones. Starting at a guard, a 6-foot sophomore from Corona, California, number 11, Giovanni Beretti. Starting at a forward, a 6-foot 5-inch sophomore from Moreno Valley, California, number 21, Rodney Yearby. And starting at center for the Tigers, a 6-foot 9-inch freshman from Ontario, California, number 33, Jarrell Smith. The head coach for the Tigers is Mr. John Smith. And now, the starting lineup for your Ventura College Pirates. Starting at a guard, a 5-foot 8-inch sophomore from Brooklyn, New York, number 2, Trevor Breland. Starting at a guard, a 6-foot 2-inch freshman from Chicago, Illinois, number 42, Troy Watson. Starting at a guard, a 6-foot 2-inch freshman from Pensacola, Florida, number 5, Danny Benson. Starting at a forward, a 6-foot 5-inch sophomore from the Bronx, number 20, Anthony Pimble. And starting at a forward, a 6-foot 8-inch sophomore from Brooklyn, number 4, Danny Tavares. Assistant coaches for your Pirates, Corwin Lewis, Alan Dykes, and Jeff Tyler. Your head coach, Mr. Greg Winslow.
So we're about ready to get it going tonight, fellas. This is one of the 4 bracket final games tonight. There are 4 brackets in both the South and North. State of California Community College basketball. The winner of each bracket will move on to Fresno for the State Community College Finals to be contested next week up in God's country where I grew up in Fresno, in the greater Fresno area. So that should be outstanding. Santa Ana out of that Orange Empire Conference playing a regional or bracket final tonight against Antelope Valley. In other bracket final games, in bracket C, San Bernardino Valley against Saddleback, another Orange Empire team. And in bracket D, Compton will play College of the Canyons, another Western State Conference team, Doc.
A lot of good basketball going on, a lot at stake here this evening for these two teams. What's going to be happening next week? So I'm sure they're both pretty hyped, pretty ready to go. Looks like a pretty well-matched game on paper, but of course you got to play it. So that's what we're here for.
You know, the difference basically in the physical development, we're talking about the strength factor, the size factor from high school, even seniors to this level is pronounced, Coach.
It's amazing. I'm looking at these guys, and they're ripped up, they're tore up, they're men, and it's going to be a big deal. Here we go.
Giovanni Viruete out of Corona Centennial with a basketball. Alley-oop underneath. The slam try by Yearby is no good off his fingertips. Into the hands of Troy Watson in the corner with the basketball coming strong. That's Anthony Pimble over the top. He's going to be fouled. So Anthony will step to the free throw line. He's out of the Bronx, New York to shoot a couple of free throws on the year. 73% from that free throw line.
You know, it's interesting, Tom, because when we were talking to Coach Winslow before the game, he said this team likes to run a lot of sets. They like to set things up. Right off the tip, they got to play for a backdoor lob. Unfortunately, he didn't catch it, but, you know, obviously they're well coached already.
Pimble, first free throw is good. Described by head coach Greg Winslow as extremely athletic. Will probably be the best athlete on the floor tonight, their most versatile player. He'll defend anybody as needed. He might match up as he makes that second one, at least periodically on Mookie Pierre, number 1, their outstanding shooter. Viruete with a basketball, left side, left hand, straight away to Yearby. High post look, foul's going to be called underneath. Danny Tavares. So Tavares with the early foul push in the back, working against big Jarrell Smith at 6'9", 215 out of Ontario High School.
Yeah, there's some big bodies in there, and it's kind of nice for us to get the chance to see this kind of basketball at this level when you got big bodies like that banging and working hard at each other.
As they swing the basketball, shot clock at 30. We start with that 35-second shot clock over the top. There's a jump shot by Jones. Emmanuel, that's pure, a little fadeaway. Left side angle, we have a 2-2 ball game.
Pretty jump shot right there. Nice fall away, good touch, great rotation.
And great elevation over the top. Bounce pass left side to Tavares. On the cut, Pimble in the corner with the basketball. Breland out high. There's a three-pointer right side. At rims out, no good. Back rim by Tavares, and we talked about it Early taking basically the basketball out very high at about 21 over the top to 3, but he's shooting 40% from there.
You know, I think it's probably a pretty good game plan right there to pull out their big boys outside, because I'm telling you, they are huge inside. And if they can get some of that height out around the perimeter, it's going to make it a little easier for Ventura to try to score inside.
Yerby saves that almost errant pass. Off glass, coming strong baseline to score. Again, Emmanuel Jones. So Emmanuel has all 4 of the points. Tigers on top 4-2. Coming back the other way, Troy Watson out of Chicago. High post pass to Danny Benson. In fact, out above the top of the key, left side back to Watson. Look at the post up underneath. There's a nice cut to the basket. Up high, missing the shot is Breland. Rebound putback is not there. Pierre on the breakout with a left hand. Comes down 2-on-3. Has the ball knocked away. Ends up with the ball in his own hand. Right hand hook shot, no good. But the tip is there. Jones. He's got all 3 of the buckets. They're on top 6-2.
Well, that guy's all over the floor tonight. He's showing everything he can do. He hits from the outside. He puts it on the floor, drives to the hoop, now gets a putback. There's not much else you can do in basketball except play those defense.
In the corner, ball knocked away out of bounds off the hands of Anthony Pimble. Possession backcourt to Rodney Yerby to Giovanni Villarete. Villarete, the 6', 160-pound sophomore, 3.2 points per ball game, 74% free throw shooter, 3.5 assists. Low block, left side, a little turnaround move by Smith. That's good. So far they're getting a high percentage looks down low, guys.
And they're making their shots. I think they're 4 or 5 already right now, and that's pretty good percentage.
8-2 Tigers. Trevor Breland with a basketball. Ball knocked away on the steal. Here comes Jones coming strong to throw it down. He does with the right hand.
We saw that coming from half court. Riverside looks real good right now. They're up defensively. You know, we know they're a strong defensive team, and they're putting a lot of pressure on BC right now.
With a basketball, Benson, spin dribble, middle of the lane, trying to get something going with the right hand. That's a good-looking move. No good. Rebound to Jones. They'll look at the breakout opportunity on the opportunity break. It's not there. Tigers 10, Pirates 2. The visitors out early. Very successful in their offense so far. Coming up on 17 minutes left to play in this opening 20-minute half. With a basketball, Mookie Pierre. Closeout defense by Watson. Right side coming strong baseline to be fouled, or did he step out of bounds? They're going to call traveling on Jarrell Smith.
I'd like to jump in with the refs as I can right now. Ralph Schimmel just made that call. 37 years out of Orange County. We also have Jim Farmer out here indicating the timeout signal on the Riverside side of the court. He's out of Orange County as well, 35 years. And then William McAdams is about to put the ball on the play down on the baseline. 6 years. These guys have a lot of experience, and to rep at this level, you got to prove that you're good.
Coach, one thing that really impresses me in looking at the team numbers, Riverside averaging 70.8 points per ball game, but their margin, I'm talking about their point margin, they're plus 12.1. In other words, they outscore their opponents on average by a little over 12 points. Rebounding, they're at 12.5 on the plus side. That's tremendous.
Oh, that's unbelievable. You know, when you talk about the offense and defense like we were, you know, when you're up and you're scoring 70 points, sometimes the defense lacks a little bit because you want the other team to score so you can score off. So Riverside shuts you down and scores themselves, and that's not very typical of a lot of basketball teams.
Watson almost trapped. They really pressure you hard defensively. Passing lane steal by Yerby. Ends up in the hands of Villarete over the top right side to Mookie Pierre. He'll pull it up, probably set it back up to Rodney Yerby. Left side, we have a early substitution. Kieran Nunley has checked in. Reverse layup coming strong baseline from left to right. Jarrell Smith.
Another guy just showed how good they are all around the basket and playing out of their set. They do a lot of good things, and that was one of them, scoring on the baseline.
Really tough with that defensive man pressure coming strong. That ball's going to be blocked on the way to the hole. Trevor Breland to the free throw line to shoot a couple. So the only points so far, fellas, from the free throw line. Pimble converted both of them. Breland will try to do the same. The 5'8" sophomore out of Brooklyn. Not a particularly good free throw shooter average-wise at 61%. First one in the air, that's good.
You know, I just get the feeling, and I really don't know that this is true or not, but Ventura kind of looks like the deer in the headlights right now, that they're just in awe of what's happening around them. And they're a good basketball team. Coach Winslow talked about setting up plays and slowing the game down. We haven't seen that yet. Ventura just really hasn't settled into their game this evening.
Coach, another thing, I think all pressure off Riverside. They're the number 7 seed coming in against number 2 Ventura, who probably has a little bit more pressure, and it's showing a little bit, as Doc is alluding to. Tavares, a little fall away 8-footer, middle of the lane, score. So that's their first field goal. Maybe that'll get them going.
And that's all you need. Something just to break the ice and settle you down.
Now they get a steal on a breakout. Here they come. Danny Benson coming strong with a right hand.
You know, it's funny how sometimes, as you said, Tom, just one basket can kind of settle you down, set the tone. And we all know Ventura is a good team, and so is Riverside. But now we're going to start hopefully seeing a real good basketball game.
James Simmons has checked in along with Andrew Jenkins for Riverside. With a basketball, Jones, he's been very good early. That's Simmons holding the ball high over his head to Emmanuel Jones. Pierre underneath pass to the big guy again. Andrew Jenkins, 6'7", 250 on his way up. They're going to call an offensive foul, evidently, as we go back the other way. 12-7, Ventura on a little bit of a run here. 15-24 and ticking first half. Finally showing some offensive life, and also the defense setting some of those points up, fellas.
Yeah, for the first time, Winslow kind of told us earlier he was going zone, and you noticed the last time they were in that zone. And I think they're going to pretty much tell Riverside, you got to start hitting some outside shots.
Regnl, long three-pointer, misses everything, but the putback is there. Great pass to Pimble, who scores.
That's what it looks like in the box score anyway, but that great job by Pimble to get to that ball.
Mookie Pierre almost stepped on that sideline with a basketball high. Kieran Nunley, right side to Jones, who's been, as we mentioned, very, very good. Dribbles between the legs. Mookie Pierre back to Jones. Free throw line, jump shot on the fade. That bounces around, no good. Rebound up high to Tavares. To Watson. Left side to Trevor Breland. Good ball handler. Doesn't shoot a lot. That shot missed, or was that a pass? Tavares. Great pass to Pimble. He's going to be fouled. So Anthony to the free throw line to shoot a couple of more. That's a great play underneath by Tavares to keep that one alive.
When you had talked about the defense changing this around, and Ventura's really picked it up on the defensive end, and now it's starting to turn around for him over here on the offensive end. A lot of things going up on there above the rim. I don't know if you guys are watching hands above the rim, but there's a lot happening up there.
Anthony on the year, 14.9 points per ball game. That one's in the air. That one's good. A 59% field goal shooter. We mentioned the 73% free throw shooter. 8.8 rebounds per game. So again, a very versatile athletic player.
You know, Riverside had 4 subs come in when the score was 12-2. It's now 12-10, and those 4 subs are back in the game.
Well, you try to make your mark early, good or bad, and I guess coach didn't like what he saw. He'll probably stay with the same rotation regardless. Second free throw, that's good. So 4 of 4, Anthony Pimble so far. We have a 12-11 game. 14:32 left to play. Tommy Young, of course, the former star out of Buena, has checked in, wearing number 30. 6'4", 180, the sophomore. And coach described Tommy as a shooter, period. He shoots, he doesn't do anything else that well. He's decent, but he's a great shooter. And if he's shooting the ball well, look out. Pierre with a basketball left side. Look at that screen. It's not there. Middle of the lane to Yerby. Back to Pierre. He's got an open three-pointer left side. That's good.
That's nice ball movement. First, I was kind of wondering what Riverside was trying to do, dribble against the zone. Usually doesn't work very well for you. Then they had 2 real quick passes, got the easy jumper from the sideline.
Mookie Pierre just hit that three-pointer, 35% on the year, 25 of 79 coming in. Watson to Tommy Young. They swing it quickly left side to Tavares. He puts it on the floor. Spin dribble, a little up and under. That's a good-looking move. Great move, left side. Tavares scored.
Beautiful shot there by Tavares.
You talk about smooth post moves. He was our player of the game last year, the game we did against Moore Park Community College, if memory serves me correct. Coming up on 13:35 left to play before halftime. It's 15-13 Riverside. Pierre, who just hit that long three-pointer. Entry pass, that hit the foot of somebody, it looks like, so they'll reset the shot clock. I thought it hit Emmanuel Jones' foot.
That looked that way to us, but the ref calls kicking the ball against Ventura when actually that was off the foot of one of the Riverside players.
Greg Winslow, now in his 8th year, completing his 8th year here at Ventura. Record this year, 25-6, 10-2 in Western State Conference play. His overall record at VC, 193-59. That's tremendous. Has now been to 7 regional finals. They're looking for their first win in the regional finals on their home floor. Back in 2004, 2005, they won at LA City College on the road. Another substitution. Anthony Scott is checked in. Pierre again off balance shot at the buzzer, misses out over the top. I thought that's Rodney Yerby. Should be called a foul.
Yeah, he definitely did. Tavares, you know, he's a big, strong kid. He jumps high. You know, not too many people are going to jump over his back and get a ball without fouling him.
Tavares, leading scorer and rebounder, broke the career shot block record, as we mentioned, with 104 blocks on the year. tremendous basketball player, very talented. He can play with back to the basket and also face up effectively, as evidenced by that great move last time.